Hello students, let us start chapter 2 of economics, fundamental concepts and terminologies. So what is the name of the chapter? Fundamental concepts and terminologies. Introduction. Here in this chapter you are going to know regarding goods, services and factors. Second, you are going to see what is the concept of price and value and what is the difference between price and value. Third, you are going to learn wealth and welfare. Fourth, very important part, you are going to learn trade cycle. So first we will see price and value. In everyday language, we are using the word price. We are also using the word value. So with the help of this price and value, we are making the goods very expensive. Like we say, this good is expensive, this good is valuable. So we are using the words price and value frequently. Like we say, this good is of high price, these goods are of high value, like this. So today you are going to learn correct meaning of price and value. See, first we are going to see what is value. Value is understood by 2 points. One, from the viewpoint of use. From the viewpoint of use. That value, we give value to the commodity if it is useful. Second, we give from the viewpoint of exchange. Means whenever we purchase the goods and in that place we have to exchange. Means we have to give money in exchange of the goods. So at that time we say what is the value. So use value means, for example, the value determined by usefulness of commodity. Like food, water, sunlight, they all have high use value. But if we talk about exchange value, when you purchase a commodity and in exchange what you want. For example, 1 kg of wheat. It is exchanged for 1 kg of rice. Suppose 1 kg of wheat is exchanged for 1 kg of rice. Then what will be the value of wheat? 1 kg rice. What will be the value of rice? 1 kg wheat. Otherwise, if we say, if we exchange 1 kg rice and give 40 rupees. So what is the value of rice? It is 40 rupees. Like that. Now what is the relation between use value and exchange value? If a commodity is having a high use value, you cannot say it is having a high exchange value. Like that only, if a commodity is having a high exchange value, you cannot say that it has a high use value. Now it will be clear with the help of example. Exchange value is determined by the scarcity of resources. If certain commodity is very less, now water is available plenty, its use value is very high, but its exchange value is 20 rupees per bottle. Whereas gold is not found abundantly, but and use value of the gold is also less. Without gold you can live, but what is the exchange value? 30,000, 40,000. So that is the difference between use value and exchange value. If the commodity is having less supply, the exchange value increases. For example, precious metal and diamonds, they are they are having a very high exchange value. If goods are of high useful, like water, it is very useful, air, sunshine, but its exchange value is very less. Though air and sunlight have very high useful value, but if you go through the exchange value, then they are very less. So in earlier time, even water was having a good high use value, but no one gave exchange value. Nowadays what happened, water is also reducing, so exchange value has been increased, but previously water was quality of water was also very good. So there was a zero exchange value for that. So in economics, we use value for what purpose? Exchange value. Value means in economics one unit of commodity in terms of another. Means in economics you are going to see value from viewpoint of exchange. Next, price. What is price? Price is exchange for money. Then such monetary exchange value is known as a price. Means what is the worth of commodity, and we are giving the currency in exchange of that commodity, then it is known as a price. Goods and services. What is goods? Goods means which is having a physical existence. We can see, we can touch. What is service? Service is intangible. It do not have physical existence, but it is useful to satisfy the human needs. For example, food. Food is a goods, but you can see, because you can see the food, you can touch the food. But cooking, it is a service. How you cook the food, that is a service. Units of goods or stock of goods, we can measure it cardinally, means numerically. Services we cannot measure, but whatever the time is spent on the service, 1 hour, 2 hour, that we can measure. Impact of service and satisfaction of human mind is also abstract. It is a quality, how much you are satisfied, highly you are satisfied or you are not satisfied. That is, we can tell the quality, we cannot give value. However, the exact contribution of service in education, it is also abstract. Good quality, low quality. Another, a book is there. Book is a good because you can see, you can touch. But whatever information you are getting from the book, it is a service. Types of goods. First type of good is physical and intangible. Means physical goods and non-physical goods. For example, ball, bat, television, refrigerator, stove, mobile phone. These all you can see, you can measure. This is physical goods. But if you talk about their services, the services given by television, refrigerator, stove, we cannot measure it. That's why it is known as service. For example, education is a service. Medical consultancy, recognition of music, cooking, they all are the services. So first type is physical and non-physical goods, that is tangible goods and intangible goods. Second, non-economic goods and economic goods. The commodity which is not having any value, it is non-economic goods. For example, sunlight, air. And the goods which are having the exchange value, that is known as economic goods. Anything you can see, whatever available in the market, they all are having the exchange value, and it is known as the economic goods. Third, durable goods, perishable goods. Durable goods means it is kept for long time. For example, shoes, clothes, television, refrigerator, they are known as a durable goods because it is used for a long period of time. But a perishable goods means they cannot be kept for long time. For example, milk, fruits, vegetables, bread, biscuit, you cannot keep for long time. That's why it is known as a perishable goods. Next, private goods and public goods. Goods are classified as private and public. It is based on the ownership. Like private goods means it is used by private individual. The goods which is owned by you, that is a private, that only one individual can use. For example, a packet of biscuit is purchased by you, which has a competition among the buyers, comes under the ownership. Actually you have purchased, that's why it is owned by you, and another child is excluded from this packet of biscuit. The individual who pays the price for that goods, he is the owner of that goods. One who pay the price for mobile phone, then he is the owner of that mobile phone. But what about the public goods? Public goods are those which are available for all. Everyone can use it, like public garden, society, park. They are known as a public goods. Means it has, the ownership is in the hands of all. Next, consumer goods and producer goods. The goods which satisfy human wants directly or indirectly. For example, when a consumer is consuming a good, and if it is directly satisfied by him, for example, you go to hotel, you ask for a pizza, you order for a pizza, it is directly satisfied because directly you will eat, and this is known as a consumer goods because you are directly consuming it. But when the goods are used at intermediate stage of production of final goods, when it is purchased by producer to produce a final goods, when it is not directly consumed by consumer, but this goods has helped in the production of final good. For example, utensils required for cooking pizza, whatever cheese, bread, these all things were required for the cooking pizza. So they are indirectly satisfied use. That's why they are known as a producer goods. Because producer goods, that's why, because that goods were used in the process of production. Without that, the production was not possible. But final stage pizza we have got, that is our consumer goods. But whatever things required for producing pizza, they all will come under producer goods. So for today, this much only. Thank you.